Top 5?
Okay. Number 5. Oh, well, this kind of explains it. I was like, how could you have Yanikoski at 6? This is crazy.
Okay, John, you have the same 5 guys in the top 5, but what's your order?
Yes. Okay. Do we want to go one by one?
Yeah, let's go one by one. Number 5, who do you have?
I have Guy Malheiros.
And Brian has Brent Fikowski.
Let's
Why
just go through the top 5 and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, number 4, Brian has Patrick Vellner.
I have Brent Fikowski.
Number 3, Brian has Guy Malheiros.
I got Ricky Garard.
Wow, okay. Number 2, Brian has Roman Khrennikov.
I also have Roman Khrennikov.
And number 1, Brian has Ricky Garard.
I got Patty V.
Wow, okay. That's kind of got to break Brian's heart too, because I'm sure he wanted to put Patty V up there.
Oh, I think he's surprised I had him up there. I think he thought I'd put Roman up there.
I did.
Yeah.
But I don't know many people that are as big of a Roman fan as you are.
No,
and
that's
a lot
fair.
of people are big Roman fans.
That's fair.
What's the issue? Why not have Brent Fikowski win this whole thing? What do you see that makes it? Is it?
That's
Case in point.
Are these other guys better than Fikowski, or do you think that he's going to lose it himself? Do you think it's on him? He's going to make some sort of error? Because I find it hard to believe these guys are better than him.
Well, he's not, but the rest of them are.
I think Brent will, as he always does, will maximize his potential in this competition. I think he will do as well as anyone with his skill set could possibly do in this competition. But with these guys in the field and these workouts, this is the best I think he can do.
John, do you want to say anything about Mr. Fikowski?
I think the people that I have ahead, the top 3 for sure, Ricky, Roman, and Patrick, I think are in a tier above Fikowski. I think there's a separation there. I think I put them like they're just better, at least right now until he proves that wrong.
Brian, this placement you have of Guy and Patrick, that you have Guy ahead of Patrick, is that because you know the workouts or because you think Guy's a better CrossFitter?
It's because I think Guy will do better in this competition.
Okay. Because you don't have any concerns.
I still would have picked Vellner ahead of Guy at Rogue. I will pick him ahead of him at the games for now, until I see more from Guy. But I also just have this sneaky suspicion that we're going to see a little different version of Guy than we've seen in the past at Wodapolooza. And I also think that this competition is the best of all the major competitions for him.
What about the fact that you're going to Mayhem after this competition? Is there any chance that you felt bad if you put Guy lower because you'd have to face him there?
Him and Roman both. Yeah. Bring it on. 2-on-1. Let's go, guys.
Okay. Let's talk about Ricky Garard in first place here. So you think I'm nervous for Ricky because I keep thinking that he's just going to fall off, that he's just reaching an age where he's just going to fall into, like what you were saying about maybe Yanikoski. You think Ricky's still on the ascent?
A question for you too, Brian.
Okay. Well, first of all, he's 28. Roman's 27. Pat's 32 and Brent's 31 and Yona's 27. Guy is at 22. So he's the same age as most of these guys.
20. Okay. 22 is, okay. And Guy is definitely significantly younger. There's a big difference between 22 and 27.
So 27, 28, 27, 31, 32. So I'm not worried about Ricky's age. He's actually right in the prime of the normal competitive years where people have their best years, 26 through 28, I guess, for men. And I know that Rogue was a bad competition for him, but John and I both picked him to do about that well in Rogue because we know the style of programming that shows up here. But we know the style of programming that shows up at Wodapolooza, and it's very different. And we often see guys like Cole Sager, for example, do really well at Wodapolooza and struggle at Rogue. And I think that Ricky's in line to have that similar type of an offseason.
But let me ask you, so Ricky's a home run hitter. He's he's going to win events that are high endurance or straight running or like all ring muscle ups and running, like any running event or just long endurance event. Wodapolooza is only going to have 1 or 2 of those. It's not like the games where there's 5 of those. If you're talking straight CrossFit, Vellner's a better CrossFitter. Roman's a better CrossFitter. They're both going to beat him in all the CrossFit events. where it's couplets, triplets, all that type of stuff. Roman will dominate him in machines. So will Vellner. He's not good at machines. Like he's very, very good, best in the world at a particular type of workout. Probably the most important workout of the games because there's the most running at the games. That's not going to happen here.
Look at from the Fantasy Fitness League, Tyler Watkins, which will be doing the draft tonight at 5 p.m. I can't believe we're doing another show.
Tyler, you hated on Roman until I told you he was going to be good. I said he was going to be good at the games, and you said he wasn't even going to come top 10.
Look at John's got an ally, and he just attacked.
John I just don't think what you said is accurate. You know how difficult that this is. These are his event finishes at the games. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 1st, 3rd, 10th, 7th, 7th. Like that's a shitload of top 10 finishes. That's consistency.
Who was that? Vellner?
That's Ricky.
Oh, Ricky.
Now, he had a few finishes outside of the top 10. Back 9, not that surprising. He's not the strongest. Obviously, it's a very strong field. Jackie Pro, I was surprised how bad he did in that, finishing 18th. Not sure. I'm not really actually sure what happened to him on that one. And Echo Press, where he was obviously exposed. And Hat Trick, which was just he was like 2 seconds outside of a top 10 finish. He was 12th. So he's stringing together the type of consistency at the games last season that is indicative of a games champion in some years. It's not very much different with that one workout exception, the 28th on Echo Press, of what Justin Medeiros has done the last 2 years. Very consistent, not a ton of wins, but a lot of finishes, 5th through 7th, that range. And then, and not too bad on anything. When we see the full slate of workouts here, I think that you might see Ricky having a chance to win this.
We'll see. How's
Roman swimming? How's Roman
best
swimming?
CrossFitter. He's good, but
Fine.
He's not. I wouldn't say he's top 5, but he's good.
He's not as good as Ricky.
If you're looking at these guys
I don't know. I don't know how.
If you're looking at these 5 guys in particular for swimming, it's going to be Brent,
Fikowski,
and Ricky. Then it's going to be Roman, then Guy, and then Pat. Most likely.
He's a decent swimmer, I think, isn't he?
I think he'd be closer to Roman than Pat on swimming. Now, Guy is a little unknown. He won the swimming workout at his semifinal, but again, in South America, it's hard to say how good of that performance it actually is.
Mark Moss has to be pretty high weightlifting, low gymnastics, and Spiegel is top 3. I don't know, man.
Well,
Spiegel's
Ricky would not be first if that was the case, Mark. Just letting you know.
But there's also, like, if weightlifting is in the competition, there are different kinds of ways to test weightlifting.
Absolutely. We
know there's a heavy lift, and we know that it's offset by a handstand hold. Danny Spiegel is going to probably do well on both of those things. That is I would say that's an unknown for Ricky. How is his clean and jerk going to? He's been getting stronger. How's it going to hold up against this field? And the parallel handstand hold is a little bit of a wild card event, but I am expecting the athletes overall to do really well.
Oh, Roman did win the swim event at the games.
Yeah, but he was so heavily dependent on the ski.
He is the greatest at the ski erg and everybody. He is the best ski erg person in all of CrossFit.
Hands down.
Hands down. Nobody's close. Hopper's
Did you
second.
see that thing they posted the other day where he was ripping on it? What was it, like
3,100 cows an hour.
Crazy.
Now Hopper is, like, I think, a clear second, but Roman is above him.
What is Wodapolooza known for in terms of events? If Rogue's the strong event, what's Wodapolooza?
What would you say, John?
I would say Wodapolooza is pretty well rounded. I would say they have more gymnastics events than Rogue does for sure, and probably Dubai, but they're pretty well rounded usually, typically.
I think that in what I would say, yeah, I think that's a good answer. And then they also just program fun events, like events that are fun and flashy to watch, where the races might be kind of close. You're going to get probably a lot of workouts that are 6 to 12 minutes long, with maybe one that's 20 minutes and a lifting event and a water event.
Can we look at that list one more time? Brian, as you look at this, is there anything you want to change on here? Do you stick with this from yesterday?
Probably. I mean, just being super transparent, probably my biggest regret is I would have maybe put Nick Matthew 1 or 2 spots higher. Other than that, I feel really good about it.
John, tell us your top 5 again, starting with 1.
Top number 1, Patrick Vellner. My reason for that is he's won freaking 3 straight times. He's the reigning champion. He's very good. Like Wodapolooza. You're talking about like you think Wodapolooza suits Guy. I mean, Vellner has flourished at Wodapolooza more than anybody else.
Okay.
And then Roman, and then Ricky, Brent Fikowski 4th, and then Guy 5th. I had Guy 6th, but after I saw Brian put him 3rd, I did just put him a spot higher because I was like, why does he have him so high?
So do you think that of these top 5, who do you think is going to have the lowest placement in any workout?
Brent.
Probably Pat.
I was gonna say Guy. You think
swim?
You think it's gonna be Brent? Okay, so there's something crazy there's something crazy on there. I don't want to get Brian in trouble, but he's said a couple of things that now, I mean, if
you don't think it's Vellner in the swim, Brian.
I'm actually pretty excited for the swimming workout because
I don't know how long the swim is, right?
If Vellner doesn't drown, he has a chance. Coffee pods and watts.
It's I love that they announced it as open water swimming. There's no fixed distance. You do know the time cap, so you can make somewhat of an inference. But 100 heavy wall balls and 300 drag rope double unders is gonna do some damage to some athletes. I think Vellner will do pretty well on those two parts of it. So I actually think this could be one of his better swimming performances.
That's fair. That's fair.
What do you think about this? What Halpin is saying? I was thinking this too by reading the comments. I don't think people realize that Danny Spiegel is as well rounded as she is. I think they look at her body, they look at her heavy lifts, and they think she's just a strong girl. But she's more well rounded than I think people are giving her the.
Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time when I mentioned the 2021 semifinals where she, everyone was like, she was last on the ruck run. How can you even make the games? It's like, well, she was top 5 on the other 5 workouts. So she's pretty damn good.
Yeah, she's very good at gymnastics, and she's the strongest person there.
And somewhere I think at Rogue we saw one of the run events she was exposed on, but another run event she did well at. Which one didn't she?
No, that was in Granite Games, Minnesota Mashup. I think she had a top 4 finish and there was like a mile of running in it or something like that.
Is that the one with the bike too, though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And
she got bailed out for the bike, then.
But she didn't give away. I just remember watching I was up in the broadcast booth that she didn't give very much away on the run, and I was actually pretty impressed after watching her the year before give everything away on the run.
I refuse to acknowledge anyone with a profile or a name like that. Yes, we do have a show coming up tomorrow. Thank you for asking.
Oh man.
All right, Logan Ewing. Logan,
Brian,
we should just
tell us?
I DM with you too much. I should just give you my phone number so we can text, dude. I feel bad for any of the Concept 2 machines that are in Rowan's lane. This guy trains with Roman over at.
Well, I mean, look, they've already announced that workout. That's 1,000-meter row, 20 D-ball cleans, and 300-foot D-ball bear hug carry. Could you pick a better workout for Roman, John?
It is second, though. I would put it first, right?
Is that Logan in the back right there?
You got that toe to bar thing first, and I feel like he'd probably go all
but it's
out
like
there.
It's a 4-minute time cap. I mean,
I know. I'm just saying. Think it'll put more juice into him than it will Fikowski. I bet Fikowski gives him a run on that particular workout.
And Luke Parker.
But no, God, no. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Can you answer us this? Are there any other machines other than that?
Maybe.
Okay. Well.
Is Wodapolooza is known for? I feel like I see all the machines there every year. They got the runners.
Thing is, but machines can show up in workouts and be irrelevant, and machines can show up in workouts and be everything. And if it's a well-programmed
sprinting machine event is what Roman's going to destroy everybody at.
And if it's a well-programmed workout, the machine will play a role but not be the deciding factor. That's my opinion about programming events with machines.
But I don't think there's a sprinting machine workout because that would hurt Ricky, and he has Ricky first. So I don't think there's a sprinty one.
You don't think the machine should be the deciding factor? Is that what you said, Brian?
I think it should be a contributing factor, not the